Hello, this is C.H.E.K. Welcome to part 5, the final part of What is Organics? A very important series. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Today our topic is finding healthy food, because one of the most common comments I get is, where do you find real organic food? So I'll talk a little bit about that. First, I wanted to address another common problem. Many people write me emails and comments all over the place on my websites. Organic is a bunch of BS, there's no such thing as organic, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, there is some truth to that. But as I've tried to share in my series here, there is such a thing as organic. It's nature itself, and it's when we farm in accordance with the principles of nature that we have organics. If there's no such thing as organic anymore, it's only because human beings screwed it up. It doesn't mean that organics don't exist. It means you just have to look for them like anything else. And as long as we keep making excuses like that and keep spending money on poison and ruining the earth, we'll have all the problems I talked about in this series. Let me give you a little indication of why people are believing that and why they're hearing these news reports on television and on the radio and in magazines and newspapers saying that organics know better. First of all, a man named Philip Howard, who is a professor, I believe, of agriculture, has these charts on the organic industry and who's involved in the organic industry. So if you just type into Google Philip Howard organic industry structure, or look on my blog the day that this comes out, you'll probably find that chart. What I'm showing you here is that in 2009 he listed all the then available organic certifications and who was the money or the owners of them. And lo and behold, look what we see. We've got companies like Mars Bar and M&M. We've got Cadbury. We've got Hershey's Foods. We've got Nestle, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Cargill, which is one of the most biggest conglomerates that I would never buy food from if I could avoid it. Heinz Ketchup. So what you see is the yellow is who owns the certification, and the green is what is the name of the certification. Now that was 2009. Now look at 2013. So what they do is they start these bogus organic certifications under different names, but what you don't know is who's actually funding it. Now let me tell you something that's really important to understand, because I've researched this extensively. I've looked at many research studies. I've studied research from all over the world on organic food and organic farming and the politics of it, etc. And what is happening is that these major corporations such as M&M, Mars Bar, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all these people will go buy various farms. They will claim that they're organic. They will start their own organic certifications with their own rules. They will then do research in universities with agricultural departments that they fund, and they will say, we're going to compare our commercial food to organic food. Then they'll ship organic food in from one of their own farms that is not really an organic farm, that is just a prop-up. And they'll compare the food and say, look, there's no difference between the two. But you, reading the study and hearing the news report, don't realize all the incestuous little manipulation going on behind the scenes. When you look at real studies comparing organic food to commercially farmed food, it's night and day. Knock it out of the park, no question. And then all you got to do is look at the difference between the animals that are fed the different qualities of the food, and out the ball goes right out of the park again, and the list just goes on and on. So have no question in your mind, organic is real, and organic does exist, but for reasons of political and capitalistic adventure, organics are being suppressed. The organic market started to grow very fast. At one point it was 6% of the gross national food product. So once the food corporations found out that they were starting to lose market share to organic farms, then they started pulling all these tricks to try to steal your money from you. So it is a real concern, but I do have some solutions for you. One, if you want to find the best food anywhere you're at and you're not sure what to do, contact the Chamber of Commerce. Almost every city has a Chamber of Commerce. Or you can go directly to the phone book. Sometimes you can find these associations directly, but the Chamber of Commerce is a good place to stop. ask if they have a farmers association or a soil association in that town or region. Soil associations are often national, such as the British Soil Association, the US Soil Association, New Zealand Soil Association, etc. Australia. Not every country has a soil association, but the British Soil Association is a very good one, and they have a lot of excellent resources available to you on all aspects of organic food, farming, and health. Once you get to the farmers' associations, you then want to ask them, is there an organic farmers association? So if the Chamber of Commerce can lead you to the Farmers Association or a soil association, they typically will know how to find the organic farmers or the Organic Farmers Association. In many places, like smaller towns, they don't have a farmers association or an organic farmers association, so you have to go looking around for farmers markets, and you can ask these people where the farmers markets are. Then you go out to the farmers markets and you begin asking the questions. So one of the questions is organic versus certified organic. Now, many of these people are going to be certified organic, but they may have a certified organic license or certificate from one of the companies on this list, most of which are just bogus certifications. The gold standard in organic certification, in my opinion, is the Demeter Association, D-E-M-E-T-E-R Association. You can find it on the internet. That's the gold standard in my opinion. Any of these organic certifications, you can call them, get the phone number. So if you see a bag of carrots in the store, Sloppy Joe's organic certification, all you got to do is call them, say, hi, my name's whatever your name is, I just moved to town, I'm thinking about starting a small organic farm. I wanted to know what is the process of getting certified by your organization. If they do not require a gestation period of 2 years at least, and testing of your soil, and then retesting to make sure the soil's healthy, then it is not a real organic certification. If you can just pay money and get certified, it's bogus, and that is almost all of these things. And those are the ones ruining the concept of organics. They're buying your belief system, and it's working. So know that many of these certifications are expensive, and many of them are bogus, and farmers know that, and many farmers live on a very, very tight budget, so spending $6,000 for an organic certification that's not really enhancing your bottom line isn't a wise thing for them to do. So the point is, many of them are farming organically. There's probably more organic organic farmers that are not certified than there are that are certified, in my observation, for these reasons of politics and finances. So if you go out there, you may find people that are farming organically but not certified, and then you just test the food, taste the food, feel it, smell it, pick up the vibration on it. Oftentimes they'll give you a sample of something. Buy an orange, buy an apple, and eat it. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Now, there are a class of farmers that is referred to as mixed farmers. My father was a mixed farmer. Arden Anderson, in his agronomy course, which I studied, teaches and practices mixed farming. Now, mixed farming is a mix of the best of scientific offering and the best of the organic world. So they might use NPK fertilizers. Occasionally they might even use chemicals to control dangerous pests, but the goal is to not use any more chemicals than you have to, and mixed farmers are seeking to balance the soil. The point I'm making is mixed farmers is still a big step up from standard commercial farming, and the food quality is significant. I was raised on a mixed farm. My dad used chemicals, but not any more than he had to. It was particularly just fertilizers, not pesticides. And the food that I was raised on was extremely healthy. Very, very good. So you can see that there's different ways of approaching this. There's different types of farming. There's different levels of farming. Biodynamic farming is the gold standard worldwide, bar none. So biodynamic farming is spiritualized or hopped up organic farming, and it's based on Rudolf Steiner's work. So what do? The things you want to look for when you're out shopping at farmers markets and community, local CSA, community-supported agricultural type events and things like that, you want to look at the taste of the food. The higher the quality of the nutrition in the food due to the quality of the soil, the better the taste of the food is. Next, the density of the food. When you taste food, for example, if you eat a piece of beef from a commercial, typical standard commercial outlet, there's no density in it. It's almost like you're just eating stuff. There's nothing there. But if you got a piece of organic, free-range meat of the same cut, there would be a richness, almost a kind of an earthiness, an animal-y taste, a density of nutrition. You can taste the density. Satiety. The higher the quality of the nutrition in the food, the more quickly you reach a sense of satiation. In fact, research in many different studies has shown that on average, animals and people eating organic food typically eat about 30% less calories in general per meal or across the board. So even though organic food's more expensive, you actually need about a third less food because of the higher nutrient density and the fact that you get satiation quicker. So if you're eating high quality food, you reach a sense of I don't need any more or satiation quicker. Shelf life. If you take a commercial food and an organic food, so if you go pull a commercial carrot out of the ground and an organic carrot out of the ground and lay them on the counter and wait to see which one rots first, typically organic food will last much longer. It's got a lot more life force in it. This is critical. I actually saw a study, I believe it was in Acres, USA, where they did a test to see how long various types of organic food would last, and one man left a pumpkin on his porch for 1 year, and when they cut it open, it was still good. That's organic food. And when organic food rots, it's still food. When commercial food rots, it's a poison. Okay? So, fish is unregulated. You've got to be very, very careful with the fish farming market. It's unregulated. They have almost carte blanche with all sorts of wild, new, crazy chemicals. If you're going to eat fish, go for wild-caught, ocean-caught food. It's going to be more expensive, but so is going to the doctor. Follow my 4-day rotation diet in my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy. That diet helps you eat and be healthy by the reality of the fact that we're going to get exposed to things like mercury. We're going to get exposed to chemicals no matter how hard we try. So rotating your foods on the 4-day cycle using the system I suggest goes a long ways to decreasing stress on your immune system and improving your overall vitality. Next, some suggestions for associations. www.localharvest.org can show you, take you to a directory that can help you find local food. www.CSA, Community Supported Agriculture Location.org is another resource for you. WestonAPrice.org is a great resource. If you look up their local chapters, you can contact the closest chapter to you. They would probably be able to tell you who's got the good food. Next, www.realmilk.com is a website that will help you find high-quality milk and dairy products. So in summary then, you can see that in this series we've covered quite a bit. I've shared as much of my knowledge as I could in as succinct a format as I could to help you understand what organic farming is, why it's essential, and I've made the point, and I'll make it again, no sense voting because politicians are perpetual liars. They don't know how to do anything different. And as you can see, things don't get better, they get worse. So we have to take responsibility for our life, our children, and our environment. And the way you vote is you support these people and the people that are caring for the soil, because by caring for the soil, they're caring for you. When we take care of the soil, we're taking care of each other. And when we have healthy people thinking healthy thoughts, the planet becomes a healthier, safer place for all of us. And I'm looking forward to participating in that. And this is how I do it each day. So thanks for joining me. Namaste. Be careful what you eat. I'll see you next time.